Hey guys, this is Arsenal Giants PS3, and this is episode 8 of our not Road to Glory, of our squad builder. Get the series right. And our squad builder is this time in the Portuguese League, which is, rapidly becoming a much better league. Obviously this is going to be a collaboration of Braga, Porto and Benfica players, with some Sporting Lisbon mixed in. The problem with the Portuguese league is that it's a bit like the Spanish league, quite dominated by certain teams, for example Porto this season I think, and also it's semi-relevant because obviously Porto lost 2-1 to Manchester City on Thursday, so that was what kind of inspired me to build this team. And we are gonna start off from the back, and we have a goalkeeper without a contract quite handily. He looks a bit like oh, hang on, let me get his thing back. He looks a bit to me like David De Gea, doesn't he? But anyway, his name is Rui Patricio. Please excuse me for my poor pronunciation. Of course, kind of become kind of like a trademark now. But this guy has got pretty solid stats. I prefer him over Helton, purely because I think Helton makes a couple too mistakes for me. But you're open to your own opinion really. But this guy's got solid stats. Personally, I felt he played much better. He made very few mistakes for me. He played better than that for me, but Helton's just as good really. Both goalkeepers are reasonably strong and aren't really prone to mistakes, which is definitely a good trait, of course. Next up is a Peruvian player, Rodriguez, another Sporting Lisbon player. Gets a nice link up with the keeper, and this guy's got 71 pace, which is the main thing there. That's reasonably fast, I guess, for a centre-back. 80 defending and 82 heading, just very solid defensive stats. Personally, I don't think he's great, but he did an okay job really for me, and he has cover of this guy. This guy is an up from a silver, thanks to someone who told us on the stream. Mangala, he got injured, I think he did, against Man City, I'm not sure, but he's got 83 pace, which is amazing for a centre back, of course, and he has 80 defending, which isn't bad, and 83 heading. He does score quite a few goals from the corners, and yeah, he'll cost you about 5k at the moment. He's not exactly cheap, but he's definitely good. Also, there are Rolando and Ezquiel Garay, or whatever his name is, on form this week, but both of them have about 60 pace and aren't that good, to be quite frankly honest. These are the two guys I'd go with, in my honest opinion. I just want to say Rodriguez will cost you about a K, and so will Rui Patricio. They'll both cost you about a K. Now, the problem with the Liga Portuguesa is that they're not too gifted in the left backs. There's no shiny one, but there is this guy who, as you can see, he's got pretty much 70 stats all across the board, including 81 pace, which is obviously not 70, but it's very good pace for a defender, left back. And I felt he was a bit faster than that. Obviously, his defending and heading aren't great, but he's got great dribbling and passing for a left back, and he does go forward quite well. He'll cost you about 400 coins, 500 coins, and he is actually linked with Chelsea in real life. He's also Porto, so you'll get the full-on green line. At right back we have a Romanian. Now, Sapranarau, that sounds retarded. Whatever that is, I have no idea. My Romanian is terrible. He has 71 pace, which isn't great, but he's shiny, which is obviously good. He has 75 passing, which isn't bad at all, and 80 defending. And to be honest, I felt he's okay. I actually played Mangala next to him, because he can cover him with his 83 pace, and this guy was pretty good going forward actually, and he'll cost you about 1,000 coins maximum. Next up at left mid, oh no, sorry, we'll play a left wing here. Left wing is the 5-star skiller in Varela. I should know how to pronounce this guy's name, but I don't. 85 pace, which is pretty damn good. Not great. 74 shooting, which is pretty terrible, and his in-game shooting isn't great either, to be quite frankly honest, but his passing is okay and his dribbling is okay. Now, get him in left wing for 1,000 coins, because he's definitely not worth the 6k you have to pay for a left mid version of him. And he's a pretty good player. I was a bit underwhelmed, to be quite frankly honest. He wasn't actually as good as I was expecting, but he did okay, I guess. Next up is the only inform we use in this one, and this is Aymar. I think he used to play for Valencia, but I'm not too sure. I don't know. But he has 92 passing and 88 dribbling, which are both insane stats for a 20k in form. That's what you'll pay for this guy, 20k. 78 pace, which isn't great, of course, and his shooting isn't great either, especially if you're on form. But the passing is what it's all about, especially in a 4-4-2, and he will ping balls forward all day long. Next up at centre mid, we have João Moutinho. Yeah, that is how you say it. I'm pretty sure he's been at Porto's all the time. I'm not too sure about that one. But as you can see, again, all cards on the board are 70 plus, including 84 passing, which is pretty beast, and 83 dribbling. I think he's only 3-star skills. IMR is 4. But it'll cost you about a K. He's an 84 rated, and he's a bit of a beast, to be quite frankly honest. He plays, to me, like, I don't want to be racist, but a white SEN. And he really does run the show in midfield. Both of these guys are absolutely amazing and play like a cheap version of what's his face? What's their face? Xavi and Iniesta. They both are absolute beasts, and I recommend that partnership all day long. One of my favourite midfield partnerships. Next up, we've got an injured Hulk. Ironic, no doubt. Hulk for me this year, guys, is actually pretty disappointing. I was sorely disappointed because obviously he hasn't got 5-star skills. He's got 4. And he doesn't feel that fast, and his shooting isn't that great. I don't want to be, you know, the bearer of bad news, or I don't want to hate on a player or whatever. But I just wasn't feeling it with Hulk this year, and he cost me 17k, which is crazy. And to be quite frankly honest, guys, I think he's a bit overrated on this year's game. Anyway, he's a great player in real life, but I just wasn't really, you know, I wasn't really feeling on this year's FIFA. Okay, next up we've got Saviola. He's played for, I think, Barcelona and Real Madrid. He's one of those elite few, and I think he used to be 5-star skills on FIFA 11, and I was sorely disappointed once again when I tried him out and he was only 4. But he's got good pace, decent shooting, a pretty damn good finesse shot and good dribbling, and that's all you really need. He's got good passing as well. He'll cost you about 1,000 coins, but in this league, striking is the main problem. There are not too many great strikers. There's this guy, there's obviously Saviola, then there's this guy, Oscar Cardozo, and there's an 89 pace Silva, and that's like it really. They're quite lacking in really good strikers, which is a shame. But Oscar Cardozo for me played like a poor man's Van Persie. Great shooting, not great pace, and pretty good passing, and that was, yeah, he'll cost you about 1,000 coins, and his shooting is immense. He plays like Inform Elito with a kind of finesse shots, and he's a bit of a beast. I don't know why we haven't got 100 chem. Maybe it's a manager, hang on. But yeah, he plays pretty epic. Oh, we got some Dutch bloke. He plays pretty epic for me, actually, guys. Don't be put off by the pace, because it doesn't really show, especially when you play him next to Cardoso. Not Cardoso, when you play him next to Saviola. And he was a very good striker. There aren't too many strikers this year that kind of play, you know, but there are people like Ibra and stuff, and they just they don't really need the pace because you can use their shooting to great effect. And Cardoso is definitely one of them. I definitely recommend guys checking him out because he's pretty cheap for the kind of quality of player he is. Saviola is a good kind of player to play next to him, but isn't great, and they are both Benfica, and they will both cost about 1,000 coins. So that's the starting 11. I'm just going to quickly show you the bench. I've already mentioned the 2 informed centre-backs, and there's informed Xavi Garcia, or whatever his name is, as well, who's a central defensive midfielder, and there's a Colombian bloke, and they're both pretty good. But this is just the bench quickly. I'm going to show you. We've got Fernando, who's a central defensive midfielder, played for Porto, he's Brazilian, and as you can see, pretty solid stats there. He'll cost about 1,000 coins, and he doesn't really get into my epic midfield partnership. Both those players are absolutely amazing. Same for Viana, Hugo Viana. I'm pretty sure he used to play for Newcastle, I'm not sure, but he's alright. Janko, this guy's crap, do not buy him. There's nothing going for this guy, and I'm pretty sure he's a transfer card. Pretty sure he used to play for FC Twente, but I'm not sure. We've got a Brazilian guy of 87 pace. There's Danilo as well. I don't know where Danilo is. We'll have a quick look for him in a second. But this guy, he's not great, to be honest. I wouldn't recommend him. No, besides the pace and the dribbling, there's nothing else really to shout about. Got an upped card here, which is Nolito. We'll put him in the team. He's got 88 pace and 88 dribbling, which are both epic stats. Then all his other stats aren't great. But I can't remember if he had 4-star skills or not. I'm not sure. He probably did, but obviously I'd rather have 5-star skills for Varela or Valera. I still don't know how to say that guy's name. I'm going to go with Varela, but I'm not sure. But Nolito was okay. Didn't really stand out for me, and he'll cost you about 1,000. Helton, who I use in all of my other Brazil teams, is good, but to be quite frankly honest, Rui Patricio was much better. And we've got, is it Steven Defoe? And I haven't even used this guy, and he's got okay stats, so I just brought him because I remember he was linked with Man United a long time ago. Just going to show you who else I've got on. Here he is. Danilo. I thought this guy was going to be 4-star skills, and he wasn't. I was disappointed. But he's got 87 pace. He's almost like an identical card to this guy. Very, very, very similar stats there. And he plays like it as well. He's not really stand out, and he'll cost about 1,000 coins as well. Nothing too great about him. And that's it for this episode, guys. So I definitely recommend this team purely for the midfield partnership. But again, you know, this is it's a quite a good team. It'll cost you overall about 85k maximum, depending on whether you go for other informs as well. And it's a reasonably fun team. I'd definitely recommend it if you're looking for a league team, but something different. You do not see too many of these, and you do have a couple of pretty damn good players in, you know, Cardoso and Aymar and João Moutinho and Mangala. There are some definite standouts here, and there is some of the positions have loads of choice. But yeah, guys, I definitely recommend a team like this because they're just fun and unique. And that's going to be it for this episode, guys. We are live streaming tonight as well, or depending on what time this upload, we are live streaming on Saturday, the whatever day it is. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this, and leave some ideas for other teams. Cheers for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.